So here my day begins. Head on pillow, cigarette lit. Pick up the newspaper. Needless to say, I find more evidence of the reason that we're living in a sham life right now. I'd like to give kudos out to Billy Bob Joe really quick for this video. He was talking about the war in Iran. The fact that a lot of our soldiers are going back for the second time, third time, or fourth time to Iraq. Even though right now we are using drones over in Iran, they're eventually going to need people over there to react to the situations, because obviously we don't have the technology enough so that drones can just automatically react to every single situation. It's just not that way yet. And where are they going to get these people? If to go into Iran, if the people going to Iraq are going there for a second, third, or fourth time. I'm a 21-year-old girl. 3 years ago, they passed a bill that said that women can be drafted, which I agree with, because I agree for equal rights in every single aspect, even if it's more negative than positive, whereas the draft is, but it's still an equal respect. I have better than perfect vision. I'm healthy. I don't have any strange diseases or illnesses or anything like that. They're going to get these people to go to Iran whether or not they want to. And here's the thing, the people with the most money have no idea. They have no idea how to relate to the middle-class America like us. And speaking of middle-class America, there really isn't a middle-class America anymore, because so many people are making the majority of the money that the rest of us are living paycheck to paycheck. Sound familiar? Yeah, I'm talking about you. I grew up in a town not far away from a large base in Kansas, Fort Riley. And after the surge happened, I remember that there was just so many soldiers there. Like, whenever you would go out to the bars or whenever you'd go anywhere, there'd be a majority of soldiers there. But these were guys that had just come back from Iraq. I made friends with a couple of them, but most of them were just so far off base with what we should naturally feel that I wasn't able to, really relate to them. I knew one guy, though. And he was going to be sent back for his second leg. He didn't want to go. He did not want to go. He was so afraid of what was going to happen to them there, so afraid of what he did last time, that the day before he was supposed to leave to go back to camp to train for his second leg in Iraq, he disappeared. We tried to get a hold of him, couldn't get a hold of him. We had people high up in the army coming to our house asking us questions. They meant business. They thought that we knew something. We didn't know anything. They were asking us questions, and it was just scary. I mean, like, I felt like every single conversation I had was being watched by them because they thought that we knew where he was at. We didn't know where he was at. 2 days after he disappeared, he called his father. He was in a forest outside of a small town about 15 miles away from my town. And he was sobbing. And he just kept on apologizing to his father. Before his father could even inform us and inform the military where he was, they were already on their way over to where he was at. But by the time they got there, he had shot himself. He killed himself that day in fear of going back and doing something that he saw as worse than death. Now, some of you people that watch my videos don't think that I know what I'm talking about, or think that I'm just falling victim to all these conspiracy theories. I've seen and felt what is going on. The fact that we're even in Iran and occupying it right now, well, I mean, I guess we're not really occupying it because we have drones there, like I said, but the fact that we're doing that and the majority of the American people do not know it should really hit home with you people. Does that not scare you that we are in a war right now that we have not yet approved of? I am doing this fight for the good of humanity. For the good of the fucking world. So that someday, my grandchildren will be able to grow up in a community where they feel safe and where they feel free and where they're still independent and where they still can have choices that we have had taken away from us. America, this message is to you. We must unite. We must fight this. I know you people are going to be out in the streets once the draft passes. But by then it's already going to be too late. Why is it that we wait until the worst possible thing happens and then we do something about it? Why don't we prevent instead of react? I'm really fucking scared. And I know everybody else is because everybody's in the fight of their life right now. Barely making bills, barely able to feed their fucking family. Why is that? Why is that? I work at a dog spa there, and the majority of our clients are, well, for lack of better words, they're the people with the majority of the money. I see what their mentality is like, and they're not thinking about the majority of people. They're thinking about where their next buck can come from. And it's the same damn thing with our government, and it's reflected so clearly that I can't believe that people are still questioning whether or not they're... My love to you and to yours. From Manhattan to Manhattan. Peace and love.